Back to PT Showbiz Top 5, and please forgive me on last night. I really thought there was some some type of gravy to put in with my chicken. Child, there was some dog food. I don't know how they got up in my cabinet, but God is good. I'm still here. That's the second time this week I've avoided death. Yes, guys, I know you guys see me post the video about me at the light, and man, if I had just went on out in that light, I don't know, I could have been crippled. I could have been dead, most likely dead, because the guy had to be going he had to be going at least 60 or 70 miles an hour. What a mess. Glad to be here, and I'm so glad this is my first show in my new spot for PT Showbiz Top 5. Let's see where this leads to. Let's see what's next for PT. Hey guys, I'm just glad to be here. I'm a little exhausted, but I had to get something out for you guys. But before I go any further, I want to say thank you to Greg. Greg is a huge supporter of my show. Not just Greg. We're celebrating 2 years. He reminded me, PT, I've been knowing you for 2 years. Greg, not only he gets on here and when Greg gets on here, he actually just talks about the show. He gets into the depths of everything. He puts his 2 cents in, and I love him for that. And we, like I said, we celebrating 2 years of friendship. And if you and I are celebrating 2 years or more of friendship, please email me and remind me how long we've been, celebrating our friendship. I know Clarissa and I have been celebrating friendship for quite some time. I love you, Clarissa, a lot. You know I do. And so many of you as well. Some have come and some have gone. And I'm just glad to say that Greg is a friend. And Greg sent me something that's supposed to be here this week. I can't wait to see it. And I will definitely share it with you guys. And of course, TT, you know I love you, sweetie. And tell your children I said hi. You guys be good in school. Get your grades right and do right and take care of your mom. All right? Okay, guys. I also want to say there's a young man. I call him young man, but he's a gentleman by the name of, it's the Parker Daniels Show. He's legally blind, but don't let that fool you, because I happened to run across him on Periscope, and I said, oh, this guy's blind. And he kept saying he had a YouTube channel, and he's just trying to get so many more subscribers so he can be monetized or whatever. And I said, I'm going to help this guy out. If anybody can be legally blind, if they can be blind and get out there and push out videos and try to do it and do it. He's come this far. He's worked this hard to get to where he is now. Let's help him get to where he's trying to get. Now, I invite people to their shows, and I try to help them out. That's the best I can do, because I ain't no hater. If you got a YouTube channel, tell me about it, and I would definitely, support your channel. So shout out to you, Mr. Parker Daniels, and the Parker Daniels Show. Again, guys, he's legally blind, but he has some good content. Go and check him out and tell him that PT sent you. All right. And I also want to talk about the Thai couture situation that happened, and we'll talk about that later in the show. All right, let's move on. Showbiz Top 5 number 5. Today I'm going to be talking, of course, about this Popeye's chicken mess. This is horrible, and it needs to stop. And I'm going to tell you what we need to do instead of going and getting all this chicken. I'm going to tell y'all what we need to do. Of course, number 4, I am going to talk about the Thai couture, the gentleman who killed himself. And also, number 3, I'm going to talk about Nicole Murphy. Sad news report about Nicole Murphy. And of course, number 2, Nicki Minaj. She wants to pray for Wendy Williams. What a mess. And of course, number 1, prayers go out to Solange. This is called PT's Punch. Let's get right to it. If we could just put all this energy into getting registered to vote, like we standing in line. I passed Popeyes today. Listen, I'm not a hater. I'm not hating on people to go get Popeye's chicken. I'm not. I plan on getting me one day, but I'm going to be smart about it. I ain't going during lunchtime. I'm not going when it's busy. I'm going to wait till late at night when they're about to close and try to go get it, because they're saying they're not going to run out of the chicken. This is so sad. This man done died in Maryland for somebody cutting line, and they got killed over some damn chicken. This is sad, y'all. Why don't we take this energy and get people registered to vote? I know we always say this, but this is a serious situation that we got going on here. If we could put enough drive and energy into voting and getting people registered, and not just register, but getting them to vote, especially to get this fool out of office for next year, then we could make a change. Yeah. The only change we making is making our stomachs big and giving us more love handles eating this fried chicken. And yes, I'm gonna get me one, but I just think it's just crazy. Somebody gets killed over trying to get chicken, y'all. Come on, y'all. What is this world coming to? Anyway, go get you some Popeye's chicken, and while you're doing that, get registered to vote. Let's move on. Let's talk about, of course, Ty Couture. I didn't know him. Never seen his show before. I don't know how I missed him. He's a very attractive young man. Here he is right here. It's some good content, beautiful, beautiful videos, great content. He had a lot of subscribers, and unfortunately, it's alleged that he killed himself. Now, I watched his video, and I sat and I listened to his video, and he talked about, I believe the last video he did, he talked about his wreck. He was in a car wreck, and it physically and mentally messed him up. Now, my sister, who's still living, she was in a horrible, horrible car wreck. And it physically and mentally messed her up. Like it really did. Physically and mentally messed her up. And, you know, I don't know how I would feel if I was in a car wreck and maybe I was, you know, couldn't move, couldn't walk, couldn't do anything for myself. I mean, that's depressing, especially when you know you could do everything for yourself every day and then you have to depend on people to do stuff for you. That's very depressing. So I can't say what I would do if I was in his situation, but it's unfortunate that, you know, you could have 1 million subscribers and still not be happy. There's quite a few subscribers who have taken their own lives. There's people with millions of dollars who've taken their own lives. Money doesn't make you happy. Having a big YouTube channel doesn't make you happy. And he had all that support. He had all the people who loved him. But there was nobody that could help him. And I pray and ask God to please guide me and lead me the right way. Hopefully I'll never go through that. I've been depressed in my lifetime. I've been through some things in my lifetime. Maybe I've been through some stuff y'all would never know. I'll take it to my grave. But I've learned to just lean on God. I've learned to lean on it because I just, I don't know. All right, let's move on. Rest in peace, Mr. Ty Couture. Let's move on. Let's talk about, of course, Nicole Murphy. Now, as you guys, if you haven't heard, you know, Nicole, she lost her mom. She's a beautiful lady. Here's a picture of her. You know, this is really sad because, you know, Nicole is already going through this conglomerate going on with her and, you know, the Brad sister. It's so much stuff going on with her. And unfortunately, then your mom dies. You know, so we're going to keep her lifted up in prayer. You know, I just hate this. I hate this for anybody. I don't give a damn what somebody did to somebody, allegedly did to somebody, or whatever somebody was accused of doing to somebody. Nobody deserves to lose their mother. If you have your mother, give her the biggest hug. Now, I know some of y'all don't get along with your mamas and your daddies. But if you do have a great relationship with them, give them a big hug and tell them that I love my mama to death. I just wish I was able to give her more and do more for her, but it's coming. My day is coming, and hopefully the Lord allows me to be able to do it before she leaves this earth. All right. Let's talk about number 2. Let's talk about, of course, Nicki Minaj and this Wendy Williams stuff. Oh, Lord. You know, when Wendy came back and Wendy had started, you know, people started, oh, I love Wendy, Wendy this, Wendy that. I said, Wendy's still going to be Wendy. You know, she's probably taking a break right now from being Miss, I'm going to tell it like it is. And she's going to get back to where she was. I just think that, okay, here's the situation. I'm going to let you guys hear it, and then I'll come back and we'll talk about it. All right, let's go.
So, Nicki Minaj is married. Yeah. Look, there are some naysayers who say, why did you marry this guy, Kenneth Petty? So she's Nicki Minaj Petty. Well, she announced the news on her Instagram last night by showing the Mr. and Mrs. mugs and the bride and groom hat. So we are to assume she's married. But I understand why she married him. You know what I'm saying? Like, she's known by all the world at this particular point in her life. She's the biggest thing going. And sometimes when you're the biggest thing going, you want to have a safety blanket, a comfort zone, and that would be somebody that you grew up with. You know, he maybe wasn't your boyfriend back then. Maybe you just had rock fights and stuff. You know how we get started, girls. I used to love to have rock fights with the boys. Because although I'm not a tomboy, I used to like to hang around with the boys because that's how you get to know the boys, you know. So maybe he was like her rock fight partner or something like that. But I think that she probably will start a family right away. And can you imagine a burgeoning belly with these burgeoning hips? I mean, the plastic of it all, you know what I mean? And she's gonna have a big belly, and she's short, and she's got the boobs and the hips. And I don't know what he does for a living. I just know that he did time in jail for, he's a sex offender. Well, she's no stranger to that, because her in jail for
Sex offending.
for sex offending. Well, first-degree manslaughter. Now, he served 7 years in prison, and he's also a sex offender. So that means that is a manslaughter a killer? Oh, that's okay. So he's a killer, and a sex offender. Well, Nicki, congratulations.
I listened to Nicki Minaj. She was talking to Tasha K. And Nicki was like, well, you know, well, no, she didn't say this about, she was talking to Tasha K, but this is not what she said. I actually read this in the blogs where Nicki was saying, some people report the news, and some people, Wendy reports the news to be nasty, mean, and bitter. Like she's basically, she's saying that Wendy ain't had sex, that's why women who ain't had sex do like that. No, I know some folks get sex every day. It is still mean, nasty, and bitter. Well, the things that Wendy said about Nicki's husband, Mr. Petty, convicted this, convicted that, of this and that, and he's this and he's that. If it's true, it's true. And I guess people say, well, there's a way that you could say. So everybody who does the entertainment news is not out to be nice and oh goody two shoes. Some people just say it like they mean it. Some people just some people are vicious. There's a lot of people who have a YouTube channel and they are vicious. I try not to be that way. Unless a bitch come for me, then I'll come back for a bitch. Hello. Ooh, hello. Who is it? Oh, Wendy. How you doing? What are you doing back there, Wendy? Yes, I'm talking about you and Nicki Minaj. You ought to be ashamed of yourself. She said she want to pray for you, child. Yes, ma'am. How you doing? All right, Wendy, you so messy. You sure be shading Kevin, honey. Kevin Jr., Senior. You be reading him, child. I'll be catching it. You take care, Wendy. All right, bye-bye. All right, my first celebrity, Wendy Williams, baby. How you doing? What a mess. Well, I mean, look, y'all, Wendy is Wendy. She ain't gonna never change. And, you know, either you take it or leave it. Either you watch the show or you don't watch the show. It's up to you, but Nicki says she gonna pray for her because she's Wendy's a demon. She said Wendy's a demon, honey, because there's ways to report it. There is ways to report it, but I guess Wendy been doing it this long, and she's been, you know, reporting it this long and doing it this long. I guess she got to be doing something right. I don't know. What do you guys think? You think Nicki just mad? I mean, everything that Wendy said about her husband is allegedly true. Let's see if Wendy says good things about Mr. Petty. That he paid $1 million for her ring. And that, you know, supposedly he's a working man. I don't know. So hopefully she reports that. Let's see what happens. All right. I don't think Wendy's going to change. I'll tell you like I tell everybody else about my show and Wendy's show and everybody else's show. If you don't like it, don't watch it. All right, let's move on. Prayers go out to Solange. This is number 1. This damn PT's Punch is good, child. Listen. Well, I don't know if you guys should remember this or not, but Solange just got married. She ain't been married that long. She married this guy named Alan Ferguson. Well, honey, she took to social media, I believe last week, and said they're no longer together. And a lot of people are speculating that she's having a relationship with some white man. But she took to Instagram. Everything goes down on Instagram. If you don't have Instagram, child, follow me on Instagram. It's called PT Showbiz Top 5 on Instagram, as well as my Twitter and my Periscope. She basically was saying that people were saying that she was in a relationship with this white guy, and she took to Instagram, and apparently the white guy is her manager for over 5 years, and she basically said, hey, I'm sorry to bother you while you're on vacation. Please enjoy your vacation. They be lying and they unkind on the internet about supposedly I'm in a relationship with you. I don't know if it's true or not. I don't know. We'll find out. But it's so sad. Like, I think a lot of these men get with these celebrities because they just want to come up. Me and Gary with the T. Yes, Gary's a friend of mine. We was talking about, relationships and stuff. And it's like, when you become a celebrity or if you have a whole lot of money, you don't really know if somebody wants you because you got money or they trying to come up themselves. Now he gonna come up. But somebody else, Wendy, was talking about on her show the other day that somebody's not with somebody. Oh, I think it was Cynthia. Somebody, not Cynthia. One of them damn housewives. They not together no more, child. And now he's opening up restaurants all over the damn nation. He was with her for a come up. Some people are with people just for a come up. Yeah, I don't know. Prayers go out to Solange, child. She'll be all right, honey. She need to be working on a song, some new music or something. She need to do something with Beyonce. Who knows? Anyway, Solange will be all right. She's a beautiful woman. Did they have any kids together? Anyway, she's a beautiful woman. She'll be all right. She'll be just fine. We just hope and pray that don't rub off on Beyonce and Jay-Z. Anyway, y'all, let me stop before I get myself in trouble. All right, guys, I'm PT with all the latest entertainment news and gossip. I'll be in Dallas this weekend. Anybody want to be a part of my trip to Dallas this weekend? Please email me, ptshowbiztop5@gmail.com or comedianpt@yahoo.com. Don't forget to make your New Year's reservations and your New Year's plans to be with Lunel in Vegas at the Jimmy Kimmel Comedy Club. All right, guys, you guys take care. I love everybody. And again, this is my first show in the new place here for PT Showbiz Top 5 and the PT's Punch. You guys take care, and I love y'all. Don't forget, I don't know about the mother hoes, but I ain't making no money on this biatch. So hit the subscribe button below. Make sure you like, subscribe, and comment, and make sure whatever you do, hit the PayPal and the Cash App button. Say, here, PT, I enjoyed your show, and here's $5, here's $2, here's $4. Go get you something to eat. Love you guys. See you soon. Bye.